Hey guys, I posted this video on my Instagram and it got a lot of shares. I got a good friend of mine to say this was by far the best video that he's consumed this year. And it was talking about this idea of how do you take a business from $500,000 a year to $5 million a year, which is a 10x jump. And I thought I'd bring it on YouTube because I think this is a lesson that no one will actually tell you. For those who don't know me, my name is Serge Gattari. I got started in business just like all of you guys. I saw some ads promising a business model that would make me $10,000 a month. I bought the courses in 2019 with a credit card. I was still working a 9 to 5, making $2,000 a month. And I bought Amazon, dropshipping, SMMA, how to start an agency. I bought Iman's courses. I bought Sam Ovin's courses. I bought everyone's courses, right? And none of it really worked out until I quit my job and I tried going in with an advertising agency, but it didn't really work out too well for me. Clients didn't have the money to pay my retainer and also pay for ad spend. So instead, I switched to an appointment setting agency, okay? Which I was luckily able to scale to $30,000 a month. So I went from making 30K a year to 30K a month, which was great. But I was still not satisfied because I wanted to not just settle for making 30K a month. If you're an entrepreneur who's seen some level of success, you know how pissed off you get when you see other people making 10 times more money than you and they're 10 times less qualified than you. And that would always piss me off, right? And if you guys have ever heard this from Hormozi, he always say that if someone is making more money than you, it's because they're better than you. In business, that's it. It's not about how good of a person you are. It's like, how good are you at playing the game? And today I want to tell you guys a lesson on how I essentially went from that first year where I started making 30K a month. I finished the year around $400,000 in cash collected, but the following year, I actually made over $2 million in cash collected. So how did I go from making 30K a month to ending the following year at $600,000 a month? And this is where the lesson comes in. 10x is easier than 2x. Let me explain. We have two sides of the business right now. We have the incubator, where companies come to us and they want to help us launch their offers, help them build unique mechanisms, unique services so they're not commoditized. And we launch their acquisition, their go-to-market. But another side of our business is partners. People are already making $500,000, $1 million or more per year. Their question when they come to me, when they want us to partner together is, hey Serge, can you take me from $500K a year to $500,000 a month? The thought exercise that I walk them through is this idea of 10xing the business. Here are the few questions that I ask them in order to know what we should do in growing that business is, by next month, in 30 days, can we fulfill for 10x more clients? If we can't, then we're not going to keep running the same fulfillment. Then we look at marketing. Can we spend 10 times more money or can we acquire 10x more attention with your current way of acquiring attention and acquiring leads? If we can't, then we're not going to market the same way. The third thing that I want to look at is, can we convert 10x more people by next month with your current process? If we can't, then we're going to stop doing that. What they've been doing on their conversion mechanism, on their sales process, we're going to have to rethink that process. And then the other thing that we like to look at is, if we had 10x more clients by next month, are we able to essentially have the systems handle 10x more clients and be able to onboard that many new clients a month, right? If we can't, then we'll also not do that. So what you realize when you ask yourself these questions, you realize that in order for you to go from 500K a year to 500K a month, you have to stop doing things the way you've been doing them, because it literally does not work. 10x breaks your business. So then this makes you realize that this whole quote that we've always heard, which is, what got you here won't get you there, right? And this is something that not everyone realizes. Everyone who wants to make more money with their business, they're like, oh, how can we make 10K a month? How can we make an extra $25,000 a month? How can we make an extra 50K per month? But like, that's such a small thing that if you asked me, hey Serge, how do I make $10,000 a month extra? I'm like, go get a job. I'm generally going to tell you, go get a job. Go clean cars. Go install roofs on people's homes. There's so many ways to make $10,000 a month that like, you're asking the wrong question. Every path, you literally can go on the street and be homeless and ask for money. And I swear to God, you're going to make $10,000 a month. If you make enough offers to people who are walking by, I've given people $50. If you get 50 people, to give you 50 bucks. That's a good amount of money. I don't know if you can do the math. 50 times 50, what is the number? Give the 2,500. You need to do that 5 times or 4 times to get 10K a month. That's pretty easy. 50 people will give you 50 bucks a week. That's 2.5K a week. And then you do that 4 times a month and you make 10K a month. So homeless people actually make 10K a month. Okay, anyway, go back to the lesson. So one of the books that I read, which changed my life, is this idea that 10X is easier than 2X. And the reason why it's easier, it's not necessarily that the work is easier, but it's just that there are infinitely less paths to 10X than there are to 2X. So here is what I do with clients when we're trying to scale them and take them from 500K a year, $1 million a year, to multiple 7 figures a year. Every single way they fulfill, we have to change it to a model that can allow 10X more throughput. So we go from maybe running a personalized done-for-you agency to running a productized agency, okay? That in and of itself changes everything. Pricing-wise, we want to go from charging monthly retainers to getting paid upfront a lot more money. So let's say instead of pricing model on a retainer basis for our time, we will literally go charge based on the contribution and the value of the system that we implement in their business. So as an example, if I know that a low ticket funnel, which is kind of like a specific marketing funnel that some companies use to acquire a lot of customers, if implemented in a high ticket business, can help them scale, then I will go look at who's using a low ticket funnel, have they scaled to millions of dollars a month, and then I will be like, hey, I can implement it to this business, and this will allow you to acquire 10, 30 new customers a month, where you can send 10% of them to your high ticket program. And then I can charge for the contribution and the value of that system instead of charging for how much time I spend working. So that's our way of pricing. We price based on value, not based on hours spent working. Then we will look at marketing and our sales funnel. Instead of focusing on like a sales booking funnel, instead we will focus on maybe doing a webinar, right? Where we, instead of waiting for a year to get 1,000 sales calls, we will get 1,000 people to join one specific call on one day, and we will give them an offer to work with us, and we will literally collapse time. We will do what people do in a year, we will do it in a day or 14 days, right? If you can learn to collapse time, you change your life. This is how I went from 100 grand to 300 grand by the following month, cash collected. I went from literally making 100 grand a month to collecting $1 million in the following 90 days because I introduced more leverage in my business. I stopped doing things the way that it would only give me 2x more growth. I focused on, hey, I'm not gonna do the 2x growth strategies anymore. I'm gonna give up on this or let people run this on the back end. I'm gonna focus on the thing that gets me 10x more leverage. And that has changed everything. So changing your fulfillment is a 10x move. Changing your pricing is a 10x move. Changing the way you market and convert people is a 10x move. If you can focus on these few things, your life is going to change for your business. But if you keep asking yourself, like, I'm trying to get an extra 3 clients a month, that's the wrong question. So what, you get 3 clients a month? At the end of the year, that's 30 clients a month, but most of them are going to churn anyway. What's 30 clients that pay you $1,000 a month? What the fuck are you going to do with 30K a month? With 300K, with 400K a year? You're going to hire how many people? I have 2 people who cost me over 400K a year in my business. So that means that the talent, 2 people in my business, literally you can't even afford them with a commoditized business, right? So this idea of 10x is easier than 2x is how I run my life. I don't want to play small games. I'm not trying to learn how to make an extra 10K a month. I'm trying to learn how do I make $1 million by the following month. That's how I changed my life, right? And I recommend anyone who's currently making 10K, 20K, 30K a month, 50K a month, instead of trying to figure out how you make an extra 10K a month, figure out how you make an extra 200 grand a month. And I promise you, just by asking yourself that question, you will realize that what you're currently doing doesn't get you there. And then you're forced to think bigger. And when you think bigger, you get better answers. Do you guys think that the people who are making millions of dollars a month are smarter than you guys? They're not. They're just asking better questions. And this idea of, hey, I don't want to know how to make 2 times more money. I want to figure out how to make 10 times more money is one of the most beautiful questions that you can learn to ask yourself. It will change your life. It will change the life of everyone that you love. It will change everything in your life. So please do me a favor and 10x. Stop being a little bitch and 2xing. Let's go.